Ladies and gentlemen, as requested by so many people, the episode that ruined Fairly OddParents. Now, Fairly OddParents has a lot of great jokes, like the one where they made fun of women. Well, that's a knee slapper. So let's jump right into the episode that ruined the Fairly OddParents.
Look, okay, I get what you're thinking, but don't worry. This is not another video on you know who.
Oh God!
This is just a regular old
Butch
video
Hartman?
on regular old Fairly OddParents, and I hereby solemnly swear that I will go through this entire video without mentioning him.
Ah!
So the Fairly OddParents, as stated in previous videos, is a show that I'm extremely passionate about. Looky, I even got this neat little Clef the Boy Chin One Direction figure. It's actually the same one you can see in the background to some videos on, but no, not today. So yeah, I love the Fairly OddParents. It's heavily influenced me in my style of comedy, writing, and making sure my character never faces forward.
Fairly OddParents is cool. There are a couple of funny lines, but they never really hooked me, to be completely honest.
You don't want to see that. Rule of threes, that's another thing it taught me.
Rule of threes, your majesty!
And it even goes further beyond that. To me, what makes classic Fairly OddParents stand out against something like SpongeBob are the characters. Like, I personally think SpongeBob is 10 times funnier than Fop. But the thing that really draws me in are the surprisingly grounded character moments. Yeah, you wouldn't expect that from a show about
I don't know. I haven't actually seen the entirety of Fairly OddParents. I have seen a couple of incredibly cancelable Fairly OddParents clips.
We've come for the creature you call Mom!
No! You have a perfect civilization! Why would you want to add a woman to it?
Yes. This changed my entire perspective on life. The moment I saw this clip, I was like, oh my God, Fairly OddParents is peak comedy. Sorry, SpongeBob. Ladies and gentlemen, this right here taught me everything I needed to know about comedy, about writing, about society, about utopic civilizations, about relationships. God, they were so real for this, guys. They were so real for this. So when I saw this, it changed my perspective on comedy as well.
A boy being granted furry godparents. But to me, the dynamics and personalities of whether it be Timmy or Cosmo or Wanda really elevates the show. It gives them some depth and really makes you feel for them. It's why something like the TV movie Channel Chasers will always stick with me. I don't love it because of all the random television references. I love it because it tells a story of Timmy needing to come to terms with the fact that he's eventually going to have to leave his childhood behind, along with the people in it, the good and the bad. We saw Timmy have to come to terms with this fact, and it really causes you to relate and feel for his character in the end.
I do relate.
You don't want him to have to give up Cosmo and Wanda, but as the episode goes on, the more you realize, along with Timmy, that it's what's best for all of them. It was the perfect footnote to end the series on, showing you that even though Timmy does end up forgetting about his godparents, we see how much better his life has become from being able to give up his childhood things. I'm not gonna cry.
Damn, that is actually kind of dark.
I'm the cool edgy guy who crosses his arms. I can't cry.
Damn, that's rough.
I can't help but not get emotional at these great deals over at crowdmade.com. Nah, I'm just kidding. Let's move on.
Gotcha. Scared you.
And I'm not going to ruin it by bringing up those awful live-action movies and how they're retconned it all.
What? They made live-action Fairly GodParents?
I'm not gonna, because what if I told you the series itself has another episode that completely steps all over this amazing ending?
What?
And what episode am I referring to? Season 8, Episode 2's TV movie, Timmy's Secret Wish.
Oh.
Now, the fairly surprising amount of specials. They first had Abracatastrophe, which was pretty alright. Then we got the masterpiece that is Channel Chasers. Then they continued this string of hits with the 3 Jimmy Timmy Power Hours. Schools Like the Musical, Fairy Idol. Oh, Fairy Idol is so good. Then we got Fairly Odd Baby, which is, you know, not as good, I guess.
I don't know. I've never seen any of these. Goddamn.
That is the Wishology. And finally, the last special the series ever got, Timmy's Secret Wish. Let's hope they went out with a bang. You know what I loved about the previous OddParents specials? How most would start off with either this unique little intro animation done in a different style, or a cool action homage that parodies the theme of the special. Like with the Wishology, they parody a bunch of trilogy movies in the opening. It's great to see. So of course the way to kick this one off would be characters boringly walking around a trail in silence, before ending with the exact same joke as the Jimmy Timmy Power Hours. Oh sorry, did I say of course? What I meant was why. Well, as you'll soon see.
I'm like getting nervous. I like feel like, how could you ruin a show like this? How could an episode ruin just a completely episodic series?
Special is desperate to rack up as many filler seconds as possible. The episode starts with us seeing Timmy making a ton of pointless wishes to try and rack up 1 million. Because he cares about that for some reason. And we can see Cosmo and Wanda egging him on too. Just like how they always acted towards Timmy making a string of pointless, selfish wishes. You see, this is the part when I go over how in the earlier episodes, Cosmo and Wanda got extremely impatient and fed up with Timmy when he made too many dumb wishes.
Okay.
After he gets it, he's congratulated by Jorgen and given a parade of his honor.
Jorgen!
Because apparently no kid has ever made 1,000,000 wishes before, and that's like something to be proud of. He just said, I wish 1,000,000 times. It's really not that impressive. So after a couple minutes of random jokes that go nowhere,
I'm like a little lost and confused and lost.
Everyone comes under the realization that so many of Timmy's wishes has led to the misery of others. So he's put in jail and has to go through a court trial in order to clear his name. Now,
He's just like Kazuma for real.
Point I was confused. The episode is called Timmy's Secret Wish, and so far, I see no secret. Do you see a secret?
Oh, it's a secret, bro! How can you expect to see it if it's a secret?
Really good job of keeping it one. Here we're introduced to the episode's antagonist, Poof. Poof's anti-furry. So why isn't he just called Anti-Poof? He wants Timmy
Foop is a cool name! Stop, bro! You're such a hater, man!
to be stripped of his godparents. As if they're gone, so will everything Timmy has ever wished for, including Poof. The episode hasn't even gone over it yet, but I'm pretty sure you can already see the pretty major hole in his plan. To make sure this video isn't just me recapping everything that happens, let's skip ahead to halfway through the episode, where the title finally comes into play. To convince the furry council of Timmy's selfishness, he shows them that Timmy has made a secret wish.
Dude, I love how Poof, this guy over here is just made out of tofu. He's like a tofu block. To remind you at how terrible fake meat is. Thank you, Foop, for being so real.
Worst offense a god kid could ever make, which is why it's only being brought up 8 seasons in. It turns out that Timmy has made a wish that makes sure everybody stays the same age as a way for him to never be able to lose Cosmo.
Oh, I see where he's going with this. Oh, I see why he's saying and going. Oh, okay, all right. So this retcons the ending of the show.
And Poof, I guess. I keep forgetting he's there. Because of this, the time is reset and we see Timmy 50 years in the future, who has now forgotten everything. So now he and Mr. Crocker for some reason must go back to Fairy World and set things right. This is possibly one of the—
I love how every time he says Fairy World, I think he's saying Furry World. And I'm like, oh.
The worst cases of a ratings trap. It reminds me of the SpongeBob Truth or Score special, where they hyped up all this stuff only for it to be used as random cutaways made for a trailer. And that's what Timmy's secret wish is. It was made for a trailer.
And there's only one way to find out. Don't miss Timmy's Secret Wish, the new 1-hour Fairly Odd movie premiere.
It's so obvious they had no clear idea of what they wanted to do for this story, so they just padded it out with nothing.
That's
the pacing
rough.
here is so slow.
I'm
a
so
third chunk
old.
of this 44 minutes are just spent in a courtroom with boring back and forth. This special has like 6—
They didn't even have Saul Goodman in there spewing shit and showing hentai to the judge to convince him of anything.
We open with the Million Wishes stuff, then the courtroom, then they're all old for a bit, then they go back to Fairy World, then to this place called Pocanos, and finally—
Okay, so it didn't really ruin the Fairly OddParents as much as it was just a very shitty sellout episode.
back to the courtroom, with each scene just dragging on and on forever with no end in sight. Compare this to something like Channel Chasers or Schools Out the Musical. It's shocking to realize they're all the same length because those two are so dense, the plot is always moving forward. But here they just halt everything to tell jokes that really aren't as funny as they may think they are. And it's a shame because early Fairly OddParents was so funny. This show has some of the worst cases of—
True! It was so funny! Cue-based Cosmo clip.
Hi, Dads. What are you doing here?
We've come for the creature you call Mom!
No, you have a perfect civilization. Why would you want to add a woman to it?
Man is so based. He's just so freaking based.
Flanderization I've ever seen. Timmy went from an average kid who no one understands to a selfish kid who no one understands. Because he's so selfish. Cosmo and Wanda have gone from a pair of hopeless romantics to a bickering couple who hate the mere thought of one another. Who finds this entertaining to watch? It's just a group of miserable people being miserable. And I've brought it up—
I love miserable people. They're so relatable. They make me they remind me of myself.
in my video about his other works, but later episodes just love the trope of saying, oh, that would—
Wait a
about
second!
his other works, but later episodes just love the—
Every time you say fairies, it sounds like you're saying furries. I told you it wasn't just me! I told you it wasn't my cognitive dissonance! I told you it was my brain convincing me to see furries! It really sounds like it, bro!
the trope of saying, oh, that would never, ever happen. Then it happens and we all have a hearty laugh about it. They even have 3 of these jokes one after the other and acknowledge how overdone it's getting. But of course that's after this special's amazing opening song, A Million Wishes. You should look up this song, it's fucking awful. Fairly OddParents has great music. Again, I think Guy Moon goes way too overboard in the amount of sound effects he uses during episodes, but they've had consistently good music. My Shiny Teeth and Me, Give Us the Wand,
My Shiny Teeth and Me. Oh no. Oh no.
That one wasn't even used in the episode and it's still amazing. They made it sound like the Friends opening. Oh, I love it. So yeah, just like everything else, the song in this special sucks. It's just so boring and has no catchy rhythm at all.
Since you were a youngster, you had a crummy life. And you
Yo, just like me, for real.
babysitter who chased you with a knife.
And the visuals are awful compared to the amazing choreography of the others. Then there are the parts
Because it was just shit. It was just mid and shit and bad and cringe.
where I'm like, did you read over this at all? I like how in every modern Fairly OddParents episode, they have to have the part where they establish that Cosmo and Wanda can't use their wands. So they said that magic can't be used in this realm, and then Foop just goes ahead and uses magic.
Oh, no, no! This show did not get reviewed by anyone, did it? Oh, God, bro. Oh, no. No one reviewed this shit.
I liked that part a lot. How about when they established that all wishes need to be documented, but nobody knew about Timmy's wish?
I hate when shows do this. Oh, this was just garbage.
Because he made Cosmo erase his memory after making it. So how did Foop get this piece of paper that clearly shows Timmy's wish being documented?
Oh, shit.
It's not much of a secret wish if you write secret in big letters on top. I don't like bringing up the joke, wow, they didn't try with this at all. But after season 7, they really did give up on trying to follow any kind of rules for the universe. Which is kind of an issue when your main characters literally own a book called The Rules. You know, like how Cosmo and Wanda will just fly around and play inside of humans, and will straight up interact with them multiple times. But it's when they decide to go back and ruin previous episodes that irk me. So the reason Timmy and Crocker team up in the end is because Crocker is what reminds him of his furries. And he explains—
Of his furries! Crocker does make sense to remind me of my furries from all the times that Mooney was showing me furry porn. God damn, I cannot escape without Mooney just being like, hey, Nux, you want to see more furry porn? Dude, all the time. Right, Mooney?
Explains that by straight up saying something along the lines of, everybody knows the reason I'm so crazy is because I lost my furry godparents in season 3 episode—
Bro, if I had furry godparents, my world would look so different.
Eight's episode, The Secret Life of Denzel Crocker. And I get that for the sake of a reference, that's fine to keep continuity. But the reason Crocker is so insane is because he doesn't remember that he had furries.
Shit, another continuity break! Oh my god!
And is trying to prove they're real. But now I guess he just knows they exist and has photos of them, like, that's physical proof. That's all you wanted this entire series.
Bruh.
Not only did his wish melt the polar ice caps, it also thawed out Big Willie.
If I were to have
Damn, Big Willie, that's what my penis is called by Sneeko's girlfriend.
one positive with this episode, and it's a really minor positive, it's that I did enjoy the few references to previous episodes. But there should have been way more. Like in the place where all bad wishes goes, how about just flood that place with every bad wish Timmy has ever made? It increased the scope tenfold. But now we just see Superbike and those little alien things in the background for a few seconds. That sure was worth it. I just have the word
That's so
hate
cringe.
written
That's
in my
such that's such wasted potential. That's so sad.
notes I took while watching this episode. You may think it's weird to feel this strongly about the Fairly OddParents and how much I care for its overall message and theming, but I don't know, I just do. Like, I bet the writer
whoever
felt
that is
real clever about this time freeze wish. It's like a meta commentary that explains why Timmy and the rest of the characters never age. Aren't I smart? But no, that completely ruins what you previously established. Again, Channel Chasers was all about him coming to terms with the fact that he needs to leave his childhood possessions in the past. It really stuck with me. I mean, I've clearly listened to that message. But for the sake of a dumb reveal to throw away all that growth that Timmy had, just to say, nope, he's still selfish and wants to keep his furries forever. And that's what really bothers me about this. So in the end, this for me was the exact moment where the Fairly OddParents died.
That's
I wanted
crazy.
to call the video that, but someone already did it. I'll get you next time, V in Fuso and
Dude, it's so rough when there's something that you truly love and it just the continuity is destroyed. You see, for me, like, I guess an example would be like Teen Titans. I feel like Teen Titans go and really shit all over the spazzing corpse of the original Teen Titans, I would have to say Teen Titans Go doesn't actually ruin, it doesn't retcon, it doesn't undo, it's just incredibly mediocre from an original series that could have continued existing. That was fantastic. I do get what you're saying by the retcon is always so much worse than just the shitty spin-off.
I'll get you next time, V and Fuso. So when people try to tell me that it was Sparky or Chloe that ruined the Fairly OddParents, I'll just point to this episode. Sparky or Chloe could have worked if handled well. People like good, likable characters. And later Fairly OddParents just didn't know how to write that. Maybe it's just a reflection on Butch himself. Oh, goddamn.
That was a good video. That was a good video. Dude, I hate watching something beloved just die in your eyes. It's like, you know, some people really love this stuff, and slowly but surely it wastes away and corrodes because of the constant rule breaking and retconning done by writers who quite frankly have made so much money and don't really care. It's just such a sad perspective and thing that just exists. It just so exists. Dog, that's just crazy. That's sad.
Like, subscribe, and follow me on Twitch. Stay weird, fam.